Hey, good evening everybody. Brian Heilig here with your Money Monday. What's going on? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I hope today was very productive for you. There's only 4 tips, but they're, a little bit, not long, but a little lengthy. So I'm just going to get right into it. All right. So 4 awesome budgeting tips. We're going to start with number 1, and that is to get your friends and family on board, right? So if you're struggling with anything in your finances and you don't have a budget, this is definitely something that you want to make sure that you do. And what that looks like is this. Hey, if you have a family, spouse, kids, things like that, involve the whole family. Say, look, we need to tighten up our money a little bit, and we're gonna have fun with it. That's number 1. You got to make it fun, and I want to rally the troops, if you will, and get everybody singing the same song. And there's an end goal, right? There's an end goal, because a budget actually sets you free. All right, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But get the kids involved, and then that's beautiful if you have the kids involved, right? Because then they can really tell you, hey, you're not supposed to spend that, you're not supposed and then, but at the same time, they're learning, right? They're learning all about a budget and, being a good custodian of their money and so forth, right? So that's definitely what you want to do. Now, with your friends, let's say you're single or regardless, you also want to let hey, Genesis, how are you? Good to see you. You want to let your friends also know, hey, look, guys, I'm going to tighten things up a little bit. I'm going to get my money in order. If I say that I'm not able to go out, it's just because, I don't have the money in the budget. It's not, I don't want you to say, I can't go out because I have no money. That's not the verbiage you want to use, right? You just want to say, hey, guys, I appreciate it. I'd love to go out, but it's just not in the budget. It's just not in the budget. And then if they're on board with you and they're knowing that you're actually starting to do this budget type thing, they're going to support you and rally around you and say, okay, cool, no problem. We'll get you next time. Okay. So number 1 is get family and friends on board and let them know and share with them that you are getting your budget in order. Number 2 is you want to have a system. Right now, that could be a couple different things, and I'm going to share with you my system. Hey, Emily, how are you? Thanks for being on. I'm going to share with you the system that I've used for the past decade. It's the one that I teach as well. But the point is having a system, right? So I meet or talk with so many people, and I ask them, let's do your budget, and it's always, well, I spend about this much, or yeah, it's pretty. I just put this, But there's so many items that we miss and overlook, right? So any type of system, as long as you have a system of tracking, that's going to be the key. So you can literally do old style pen and paper, pencil and paper, if you will. You could do, if you're, like geeked out and you want to do an Excel spreadsheet, that's cool. But I'm going to share with you the system that I use, and it's a tool that's totally free. It's called Mint.com. 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 It was originally a free software budgeting tool that the company Intuit purchased, right? Same people that have like TurboTax and, Quicken, that family purchased Mint.com, and they kept it free. So very, very cool, very robust. You can do super basic things, or if you have multiple businesses, you can do different business categories and tag and do a whole bunch of different things with that. But, if you just want to keep it plain and simple and just do your personal, I totally recommend it. Again, I've been using it for a decade. You put in your username and password for your banks and your credit cards, and it downloads the information. The thing that's very interesting on the first download with Mint.com, it'll take the last 3 months of spending and categorize it for you. And wow, is that a wake-up call? I mean, usually people are like, there's no way that I spend that much on that. So it's just, if nothing else, it brings awareness to where you're spending, right? And then there's something to do about it. If you're like, oh man, I had a young couple, they were spending about $1,000 a month between Starbucks and, getting Red Bulls and stuff at the gas station. They had no idea, right? Because it's $3 here, $2 there, $5 here, but $1,000 in a month. Guess what? They're making their coffee at home now, right? And they cut out Red Bulls. And they took that $1,000 and they put it to better use for their financial future. So if you don't track it, right? And that's number 3. Track every expense. If you don't track it, you can't fix anything, right? So if your money situation is not working the way that you'd like it to work, I promise you, tracking every expense and doing a budget will ultimately set you free. But when I talk about number 3, track every expense, what you're looking for are holes, right? So that aha moment when you say, there's no way that I spend that much on that thing, right? That's what you want to get and find and identify. So if you're doing it old school style, pen and paper, and you start tracking every single expense, I mean everything, like 50 cents at the vending machine, every expense, $1.20 on that water, every expense. You'll start to, over a period of 1 to 3 months, is see patterns develop, and you'll see the holes, right? They'll be very apparent. And it's not like it's bad or wrong or, oh my gosh, I'm terrible with money. It's not like that at all. It's just a hole that we have to fill, right? And once it's filled, then you can become more powerful around your money. And filling it up looks like maybe making your own coffee instead of going to Starbucks or what have you. Does that make sense? So number 3 is to track every expense and look for the holes. Number 4, this is a big one that a lot of people miss. They're like, well, I know how much I bring in and I know my bills, right? But for some reason, I don't know, it's like so close at the end of the month, or we find out and identify that they bring in, X amount, but their expenses are actually higher than what they bring in. That's also what tracking and identifying and doing your budget does. And then they think of, well, how could that be? How am I surviving? Then you start to look at the credit cards, right? And the credit cards kind of fill that gap sometimes. And none of this is apparent because, again, it's $2 here and $3 there. But over 3 years, you're $10,000 in debt, right? So it's very sneaky, very, very sneaky. So we just want to bring awareness to it. Don't bring the significance to it. Don't say, oh, I'm terrible with money. I suck at it, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just maybe there's a system that you aren't utilizing that you could. And then you'll be like, oh, wait, I have a choice, right? I have a choice to either spend that or not, right? And then you can fill the gaps. You can fill the holes, and you're filling a bunch of stuff, right? And then you're filling yourself, right? So you're feeling more confident, you're walking a little taller, you're paying off debt. Like, I promise you, the budget will set you free. So just look for wasteful spending, look for the holes, and fill those, all right? Now, but here's number 4, the non-monthly expenses. That's what totally kills people. What I mean by that is any expenses that are not predictable, that are not monthly. So like homeowner association might be quarterly. Or I'm going to share a story. Diana's going to, I don't know if you're watching, Dee, but here we go. I'm going to tell you a story about Diana's hair. When we first did this, like we're talking almost a decade ago, we were really tightening up and figuring things out. And we noticed that, we were arguing every 3 months about her hair. It all came down to the hair. So she spent a lot of money on her hair, but the thing was, it was only every 3 months. But it was, I don't know if you've seen her hair. Diana's got like this amazing, beautiful, long, thick hair. So when most people go to get color, it's whatever this, that, or whatever amount of dye. She's like 4 times that amount of dye. It's just her hair just soaks it. Anyway, I don't know. The point is, she was spending about $200 to $300 every 3 months. But here's how the conversation went before the budget. Hey, babe, I need to get my hair done. And I would say, well, no way, we can't. We don't have the money. There's no way. She's like, but it, you can see my roots and my hair needs to be cut. I'm like, sorry. And we would start to be like, but I need my hair done. I'm like, but wait. And it was this argument, right, back and forth. And it was just didn't feel good. And I felt bad. She felt bad. Like, it was just not a good situation. Then what we did is we took hold of our budget and we did these 4 steps and figured out, holy crap, you know what? It's $100 a month for her hair. It's $100 a month. The thing is, I wasn't budgeting monthly for it. So what did we do? anything that's a non-monthly budget, this could be oil changes, this could be like, I don't know, homeowner association. It could be maybe you pay your car insurance twice a year, things like that. What you want to do is you want to back it into a monthly format, right? So if it's $300 every 3 months, divide by 3, you get $100 a month. If a lot of you get paid twice a month, guess what? $50 a paycheck in literal cash goes into an envelope labeled hair or oil change or homeowner association or whatever it is. Okay, so now you're going to get a true, real budget of all the money that you're spending on a year, like a yearly basis, right? That's the key. So there's no surprises. There's no like, holy crap, I can't pay for it. Oh my gosh, now we have money. Now I can't. It levels out the playing field, guys, right? So that's what a budget and how it can set you free. That's what a budget does. That's the power of it. So you want to take the non-monthly expenses and create envelopes for those expenses, and then put the cash every time you get paid into the envelopes. Hopefully that makes sense and it's resonating. Those are my 4 top awesome budgeting tips. Now here's the thing. If you want a full 15-minute free lesson, it's all online. You just have to watch my video. It's about a 15-minute video on budgeting, right? It is literally from soup to nuts, sets so many people free when they budget this specific way. If you want that free video, just put free lesson or free video in the comments and I'll make sure that I get that to you. If you know anybody that's like really wanting to budget or they're needing to budget, just tag them, forward it to them, get this information to them, and we'll make sure that we take good care of them. But that's it, guys. 4 awesome budgeting tips. If you want the full free lesson, put free lesson in the comments. Have a beautiful rest of your evening, and we'll see you soon, guys. Love you. Take care. Bye.